Few people know that Hungary has Europe's largest organic farm. A mere 30 kilometers south of Lake Balaton, beside a 1,000-year-old settlement, organic farming has been practiced since 1994 on a total area of 266 hectares. Eco Valley Foundation has its demonstration area on the farm maintained by Krishna-conscious devotees. For the third year now, a conference is held with the participation of 9 Hungarian universities and colleges, discussing the economic, environmental, and social pillars of sustainability. The venue of the conference is full of participants. No wonder, as an increasing number of people realize that something is wrong with the way we use the planet and the natural environment. The keynote speaker, Professor Gábor Vida, ecologist, member of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences, spoke about how the world has changed in the last few decades. There is a threefold crisis: social crisis, economic crisis, and environmental crisis, and these exacerbate one another. Hungary is not alone in that there is a serious loss of focus. We think the goal is economic growth, and human resources are the means. This is measured by GDP. In fact, this is a fallacy. The goal is a sustainable present and future for all mankind, and the economy is but the means. We asked first the chairman of Eco Valley Foundation about how local methods can contribute to the solution of global problems. Eco Valley Foundation was started in 2007. This civil initiative was made to show a sustainable alternative. We do research to show scientifically what the ingredients of sustainability are in the fields of environment, economy, and society, and how these elements can be practiced by various communities. Ecological footprint is an indicator used increasingly widely to show the magnitude of area necessary to produce the goods needed for the upkeep of one person, including not only food, but also paper, building materials, and the space needed for waste disposal. According to the results of research conducted as a thesis project at Laurent Eötvös University, the ecological footprint of the inhabitants of Krishna Valley is 1.5 hectares per person. That of Hungarians is 3.6 hectares per person. Therefore, the measure of Krishna Valley is only 42% of the Hungarian average, thus being sustainable. This is why the demonstration area of Eco Valley Foundation is Krishna Valley. This small community has realized a self-supporting initiative during the last 17 years that can serve as an example to others as well. According to scientific research, besides the crude oil-based industries, the meat industry and meat eating is the main culprit in global climate change. According to Rajendra Pachauri, the chairman of one of the agencies of the United Nations, vegetarianism is the solution to the problem of climate change. This may be the secret to the sustainability of Krishna Valley, as its inhabitants are all vegetarians. Thus, they avoid any and all food that involves the killing of animals. We keep cows exclusively for their milk, and we work the oxen in the fields, doing plowing, sowing, harvesting hay, spreading cow dung, and transport. At present, we work about 30 hectares with the oxen, including hay growing, and the cows supply milk for the whole community, about 120 people.
És a tehenek pedig az egész közösséget egy olyan 120-130 fő, amit ellátnak tejjel.
In general, cows only give milk after bearing calves, but here we have heifers who give milk even though they haven't had calves yet. although their milk production is less than that of cows.
Mindig adnak egy olyan 8-10 litert is akár.
Besides milk and grains, vegetables and fruits make up an indispensable element in the diet of the inhabitants on the farm. These include lesser-known varieties of fruits and vegetables as well. Visitors are often surprised that we also grow some wonderful and special plants that originally come from India, such as okra and Karela. Sometimes they are even surprised to see rhubarb as well. Organic horticulture means that we do not use chemicals. We substitute them with natural liquids. For instance, we gather nettles or comfrey, which we soak in rainwater for a few weeks, then spray the juice on the leaves or irrigate plants with them. Another important practice is mulching. This means that we cover the beds with hay, which diminishes the need for weeding and helps keep moisture in the soil. The garbage that comes from the kitchen and is free from chemicals will be composted and used, together with dung, to improve the soil. The quality of soil is very important in organic farming. The storage and preservation of produce is done without using electricity. This is an important factor in keeping the ecological footprint low. This cellar has 3 parts where we can store preserves, fruit, and vegetables separately. You can see here that we make preserves out of fruit, vegetables, green beans, squash, and so on. But we also make syrups, especially out of elderberry. Vegetables with roots, like carrots, can be kept until the following spring if covered with sand. Here are the fruits, apples, pears. They can be stored for several months. Ecological thinking is important not only in production, but in all walks of life. There are also good ideas to be used in the household to diminish unnecessary burden on the environment. Sustainability is of primary importance also in the household. Wood is a renewable energy source, which is relatively easy to supply. We plant forests, and thus we replenish energy supplies.
Ezek révén ez egy örök körforgásban lévő energia. Világítani is kell, és ahhoz van alternatív.
We also need lighting. If electricity is not available from the grid, we can use solar cells or windmills. If the sun does not shine or there is no wind, we can still use candles or oil lamps for lighting. During the winter months, this can be helpful. We can grow oily plants, therefore lighting can be provided in the long term. Furthermore, we constantly pay attention to our actions, their causes and results, and mind the consequences. Try to live consciously, even in everyday life. When washing and washing up, we use materials that are the least harmful to the environment.
Minél kisebb terhelést jelentenek a környezetre.
Water still comes from the neighboring Somogyvár. But an artesian well is ready to be tapped. Sewage is purified by a reed zone treatment plant that requires no electricity or chemicals.
A beérkező nyers szennyvíz
The raw sewage is separated from sludge and goes into an isolated pool which has soil below in which reed plants grow. Microorganisms live on the roots of the reeds, breaking down the contamination in the water, with the reed also taking up much of the organic components.
És ezek a mikroorganizmusok bontják le igazából a vízben lévő szennyezőt.
By the time the fluid leaves the pool, after 5 to 6 days, it is relieved of 99% of contamination. From here it goes into a storage lake for further purification.
5-6 nap alatt, akkor ez alatt az idő alatt megtisztul 99%-ban a szennyeződésektől, és egy tározótóba kerül. Külső energia bevitele nélkül, tehát elektromos energia.
Such a purification plant works without any energy. Its operation is very low cost. All we have to do is occasionally cut the grass on the area and monitor the process. It is also a lot nicer in the landscape than concrete containers.
A harmadrészt pedig megjelenésében sokkal tájba illőbb és környezetbarátabb, mint egy modern, eleveni szapos betonmedencés rendszer.
The results of the eco-farm at Sewage Vamos have also been noticed by professionals. Ecologists, sociologists, and economists come here to study the ideas of sustainability. At present, the Foundation has cooperation agreements with 9 universities and colleges in the country, as well as with 2 research institutes at the Hungarian Academy of Sciences.
Az Ökovölgy Alapítvány az első perctől kezdve.
From the first day on, the Eco Valley Foundation has regarded education as its highest priority, besides research and public information. Our sample project, Krishna Valley, is the ideal scene for these activities. The achievements of 17 years of organic farming and the construction of the society make it possible to study a model for sustainability.
A társadalomépítési eredmények lehetővé teszik, hogy a kutatók mint egy talált kísérletet, mint egy kész modellt vizsgálhassák az itteni eredményeket.
To what extent can we regard Krishna Valley's Eco Valley as a model for the foundation of new settlements? What are the experiences which city dwellers can use in making their lives more environmentally friendly? So far, 34 students from universities and colleges have chosen to conduct their thesis projects in the valley, which provides them with a site for their research as well as consultation opportunities. The Conference on Sustainability also attracts an increasing number of delegates. We have to recognize that the capabilities of planet Earth to maintain the population is limited. If we continue to live the way we do now, that will lead to further degradation.
The
Eco Valley Foundation organizes many training courses, from how to compost waste to how a community can be maintained and developed socially. We also have lectures specifically on solutions to problems in existing small communities. We organize open days of sustainability, introducing the pilot area of Sewage Vamos, Krishna Valley, forestry, the sewage purification, water management, the use of rainwater, organic farming, indeed, our whole way of life.
Igazából az élet nagyon sok területét.